Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets. And we start off with the local bourse at the JSE, and looking at that, it has still remained in the red, contrary to what the other markets are doing. So extending the losses that we did see yesterday, declining 0.07%. We do have the resources 10 complex being the carrier of most of those losses, declining almost 0.6%. The industrial 25 there with a decline of almost 0.5%, but backing that overall trend is the financial 15 there with a gain of just over 0.9%. Let's take a look at what is happening on Wall Street. And on that front, investors seeming to be making a comeback into the market, of course, after the heavy sell-off that we did see yesterday after investors digested the U.S. inflation print that came out hotter than expected. So we are seeing a sea of green on that front. The S&P 500 up almost 0.75%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq leading those gains, advancing more than 0.9%, and the Dow, after reaching its lowest having its lowest day since March 2023, rising by almost 0.4%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the European markets and across the Atlantic. One of the things that investors are digesting is UK inflation for January. It did remain unchanged from the previous month with an acceleration of 4% year on year. It did come in lower than what analysts had anticipated. The FTSE 100 there advancing 0.75%, the CAC 40 up almost 0.6%, and a gain on the DAX of more than 0.33%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. A little bit of strength coming through to the rand, not much though, because we had seen it around 19 rand 8 cents against the US dollar yesterday, now at 19 rand 6 cents, against the pound at 23 rand 92, and against the euro at 20 rand 44. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing, with the euro dollar at 1.07, pound dollar at 1.25, and the yen just below 151 against the US dollar.